Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is August 20th, and right now we are looking at the mid-level water vapor loop. You can see the state of California is here. There's Oregon, and here's Alaska, and check it out. This is our next system here. This polar lobe is going to drop all the way down the west coast of North America and drop our temperatures down quite a bit over the next few days. We're going to take a look at those details. Some of the models even showing a little bit of snowfall for the very highest terrain of the Sierra Nevada and some of the Cascades. We'll take a look at those details here as well. Now, take a look at thunderstorm activity mainly across Arizona and Utah today. It pushes a little bit, might get into some of the desert areas tomorrow. And then day three, maybe a little bit of introduction here into Northern California as this system pinwheels down the coastline here as we go on through the next few days. This is Phoenix, Arizona. You notice it does include like Blythe here as you go through Wednesday afternoon and evening. And you can see the storm motion off to the northwest, 10 to 15 miles per hour. You can also see for Phoenix, New River out there, and you can see, Yuma out to the very extreme southwest portion of the forecast zone there as well. So again, across the higher terrain, the Mogollon Rim out there, better chances there. But some of those storms could be impacting some of southeast California. And I'll kind of show you that here as we go through the day today. You can see a little bit of activity trying to scroll up into Southern California. Can't completely rule out a thunderstorm here as we go through tonight, as you see. And then we go on into tomorrow, maybe a little bit even further here off into some of the desert areas. So keep your wits about you. You might get a thunderstorm or two out there. And then we go through Thursday, and then we go through Friday right there. And you can see the thunderstorm activity then starting to pick up across Northern California as this system would be pinwheeling down the coastline here. That would be about Friday afternoon when last night's European model run ends. You can see Sacramento National Weather Service taking a look at that storm track here. They see the pattern shift late week here as we go through Thursday and Friday. And you can see you could get some lightning, some thunderstorm activity out of this as well. So check it out. Hanford National Weather Service. You got to just kind of point this out. Look at the probability of a tenth of an inch of snow or greater. There is the chance across some of the higher terrains. There's Mono Lake here. And Mammoth Lakes. But yeah, it's not out of the realm of possibility here. Very early higher elevation snowfall, not completely impossible. So if we take a look here, you can see that polar lobe dropping down, does a little wiggle there over the Pacific Northwest and drops down towards California as we go on into Friday morning and kind of spins there for a bit and then eventually kicks inland here as we go on into later portions of the weekend. And then that gets out of here, and any kind of higher elevation snow threat would definitely be gone as that thing continues to eject off to the north and east. Now, taking a look at 500 millibars, 18,000 feet. See the upper level low there across the Pacific Northwest, some tropical cyclone activity out there as well. And then our polar lobe. Look at this big cyclone dropping down the coastline here. So that is our next weather maker. And this is really going to hold temperatures down. Some places across some of the west here are going to be 20 plus degrees below normal for this time of year as this system is with us and then eventually kicks off. Of course, it can't stick around forever, right? Now, taking a look at 500 millibars, I like to give visual representations of what's occurring at the upper levels of the atmosphere, and this is the temperature. You can clearly see the polar low positioning down in towards California as we go through Friday morning. So I just like to show that visual diagram there. Now, taking a look at 2-meter temperature anomaly here. So this is the European as of yesterday afternoon. It goes out about 10 days. So as you can see, temperatures are suppressed across portions of Northern California already, but that's just going to continue to be the case in even more dramatic fashion as we go on in through Thursday. Look at some of these temperatures here as we're going through Thursday evening. We start to scroll into Friday here, and some areas are showing up at 25 or even 30 degrees below normal across Northern California and some of the mountainous areas all the way down the Sierra Nevada here. So yeah, you're going to feel that chill in the air, especially if you're across the backcountry. And look at this as you go across Northern California, some of the coastal range up towards Medford, Oregon, National Weather Service zones here as well. Some places, you look at that, negative 41 degrees below average for this time of year for some locations. Those would be very isolated, but this is a pretty notable upper level low and polar lobe that's going to be dropping down across the regions. You can see kind of dominating all the way from southern British Columbia all the way to Southern California. Feel the chill across some of the higher terrains of the transverse range out there and some of the peninsular ranges even as well. And then that finally starts to kick through here, but not after hanging out for a bit. This is Saturday here, and look at Oregon, Nevada, Northern California, and again the Sierra Nevada. Pretty darn right chilly for this time of year. And then you can see it takes its time getting out of here, but by the time we go on in towards Monday night and Tuesday, we're going to start to return to normal here across the region, and even shows a bit of a warm up starting to occur as we go on into the following Tuesday. So taking a look at total snow, that's right. This is August. This is California Weather Watch. We're looking at total snow, 10-to-1 ratio in inches on last night's European model run here. So let's see what it shows just for the heck of it. But you can see a little bit of snowfall showing up there, and even a few inches for some of the very highest peaks. But yeah, it just kind of a novelty here, but off in the backcountry there, you're going to feel the chill across the higher terrain. That is for sure. Now, the tropics are active right now, but we don't have any threat to the southwest USA. We still have Tropical Storm Gilma out there, but should remain out over the open ocean. We'll continue to watch to see if any tropical moisture will make its way up into the southwest. It's kind of a thing I do daily at this time of year. And you can see Gilma should become a hurricane for a bit, probably on in through maybe Saturday morning there. And this is a 6 to 10 day. After this moves through and that upper level low swings through, we could start to warm back up again as we go through the later portion of August. 6 to 10 day precipitation, 8 to 14 day, and maybe some ridging coming here for the west coast. Above average signal is apparent there all the way through September 2nd. Some above average precip actually showing up there as well. And now quickly looking at surface smoke. I don't know if that's the coffee pot fire or not. They haven't updated it here in a few days. I should probably actually check some of the other stuff here. But relatively speaking, what I want to point out here is that the state is doing quite well right now as far as surface smoke is concerned. But of course, peak season can sometimes be in September or even October across California, as anybody who's lived there for any length of time knows. And again, the coffee pot fire would be right about there. And I'm assuming that's what's producing the smoke, because there is a plane that left from Fresno today, and you can see it circling around here, checking it out. So that's what's producing that smoke out there, probably. Now, average temperature so far this month, you can see much of California is above average. And you got to remember that this is above average. California, of course, some of those areas across the region are extremely warm at this time of year. It is summer. This is on top of that. So a lot of areas are 2 to 4 and some 4 to 6 above normal. Just some very select locations have been below normal. Right along the immediate coast there for the Bay Area has been a little bit below normal, but you can see much of the southwest has been significantly warmer than normal, and summer is already hot, so that's why it is noteworthy. And average precipitation here, kind of a mixed bag. You can see some areas actually substantially above, but this is the reason for this is because precipitation, if you get just half an inch of precipitation for a region, it can really skew the numbers. And of course, if you miss any precipitation, then of course you're going to be well below normal. But the precipitation amounts usually for this portion of August are fairly light, so that's why you kind of see the mixed bag here and the hit and miss nature of some of these totals. But yeah, anyway, we'll watch this polar low dropping down. It'll be interesting to see what the models show tomorrow. We'll check to see how cool we're going to get. We'll start to look at some temperatures for some individual locations. We'll see if there is the chance for any of that snowfall to actually occur across the higher terrain, and we'll see how long it's going to hang out. So anyway, hope you guys are having a good day. Otherwise, click like and subscribe. We'll do this all again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.